All right, guys, welcome to a daily case study of the short account this morning on the demo account still because I'm waiting for my funded account to be passed with the Forex tool. We almost passed it, so waiting for that. I hope I get the account because they say that you can't use discount codes when you use the high frequency bot, and I didn't saw that, so I missed that. It's all right. If not, I have to buy a new account. It is what it is. Um, so let's break down the straight from higher time frame to lower time frame. And if we look at the higher time frame, it's a bit tricky. There's not much um reason for uh, for a short trade other than if you go to the weekly, we still didn't reach a discount pricing on this overall bullish leg. We can actually see that on the daily is that yellow structure where we broke above here. So we want to reach discount on that range, on that structure. But other than that, most recent major structures is the blue one, and we can see that we took internal range liquidity. We tapped into this demand area over here, and we are looking for buy trade. So high time frame wise, it is not really a strong trade overall. But if we zoom in to most recent price section, we can see that we took some liquidity over here. We got that push down, but that was a push up, but that was followed by a strong push down. Then, as I said yesterday, yes, this is a rejection candle. Took that liquidity. We have that wick, and we closed bullish, but as a doji. But it doesn't need to be need. It doesn't mean that we're gonna turn around instantly. It's just in the size of candle, and to add to the short trade is that we took previous daily highs, and that's reason enough. Well, that's not reason enough, but if we line it up with once we go lower, we can see that that's enough for us to take the trade. Then 4 hour wise, what can we see? Well, we broke above this structure here. I think it's on the 1 hour. We can see that. Yeah. So this is the break over here. But if we go to the 4 hour and we stay there for a while, we'll stay there. You can see a high, a low, a lower high. I think this was the lower low. Then we got the lower high, a lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, bullish break, bearish break. I think it's not completely like that. No, it was like this. Okay, so bullish break, inducement, no internal range liquidity that got taken, bearish break. Over here, return to premium, bearish break, bullish break. So this is the most recent bullish leg we're in right now. And let me check one thing. One thing. Yeah, we never reached into that discount. And then on the back of news yesterday, we created this push up that gave us that bullish break internal on the 15-minute. And as I said, like I'm looking for buys for highest probability area was buys from here. But I also said that the internal range liquidity is quite high. So if we get down here very impulsively, we might just continue further down. And if we didn't get that deep, because that's another thing I said this morning, is that we might get that turnaround from here and then push up. And where did the trade frame came from? Well, that was my third idea, and it was actually my low probability idea. But we took previous daily highs, we took Asia highs, and I said I wanted to see early sellers. Then I want to see a bullish break, and then I want to see something like this, and that's where we can enter from. And that's over here. And that actually happened because we took previous daily highs, we took Asia highs. And with this entry drill, this specific entry drill where previous daily highs and Asia highs are taken, you can go to the 1 minute and use that for your entry. Now, there was not just 1 minute early sellers. Actually, there was 5 minute as well over here. As you can see, if I stretch this, you can see we just came below here. So we got our early sellers. That's one. Then we got the break to the upside. So let me draw that out one more time. We come up, we get our early sellers, we come up higher, and then we get our bearish break, and then we get that continuation. Now, if we put it something like this, it actually fits on almost perfectly. We can see that we have our oh, so this is actually on the lower time frame. So hold up. This is somewhere up here. This is our early sellers. So that one should be there. And this is only in a 1 minute, but if you pull it to the 5 minute, it should be, this is too messy anyway. But you can just see, let me just go to the 3 minute and it's more clear. Yeah, there you go. So you can see that we have bullish price action. We got that inducement over here. So first inducing buyers by respecting that. Then we get the break to the downside following order flow inducing sellers. Then we got that actual push to the upside, taking out the early sellers over here. And then we can see that over here. Hold up. We can see that we came to the upside, we got that bearish leg to the downside. This is ugly. So like this. And then over here, you can see that we got that bullish structure, bearish break. And we didn't reach into the premium. But with the Century Joe, we don't need that because we just use the buy to sell move. And that's where the continuation came from. And then over here, we got that slowdown. And so this is essentially entry the early sellers, bullish structure, minor. And then you have a bullish range, which is still intact, but we don't use that. Well, we keep that in mind because it is still bullish, but that's the risk you want to take, and you can actually mitigate that risk by that's the same thing I did here. I know that we're still in this bullish range from this low up to this high, so I just reduced it after here, and we actually got a quite strong reaction from this area as we came below this internal range, so-called internal range liquidity. We got a push up. So that's this candle, this one. Then we get the continuation down, and I saw this trend line being formed. I was like, oh, we might actually being taken out. Then we got London Open. That was this push up. And then I saw this wedge kind of thingy. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? There's no candle above here. So it is pretty tricky, or no unmitigated area above here. So it's pretty tricky to hold the trade. So I went for break even after we came below this internal so-called internal range liquidity, and we got that push down, and I was like, oh, nice. And then we got the push up, and I was like, fuck, this is a break even trade. And then actually price instantly turned around and came back. And over here, I think this was just before, well, I wrote it over here, but 831, stay patient, don't close before. So I just waited, and we got into my TP zone, and I actually closed it over here. I think it's 4.25%. Yeah. So we got that. And then if you look at the 5 minute, we can see this rejection wick. Let me zoom in. So we got this high. We can see this 5 minute wick rejecting, so inducing sellers. Then that one is taken, come above, close below, slow down, 5 minute impulse, and that's already inside the entry. So 50-minute wise, you can't even see it here. But you can essentially see that a doji candle, not a strong bullish candle, and a stronger bearish candle, indecisive candle, and then this was that strong push to the downside. This was a bit tricky because we took that low, so I was like, oh shit, maybe we'll just turn around from here. But price could then continue down, and now it's actually very deep. But I just took my entire trade at 5.3. So yeah, I hope this is clear. Previous daily high taken, Asia high taken, early sellers, 1 minute early sellers, and 5 minute early sellers as well. 5 minute one. is over here. But I used the 1 minute over here. Came above, got that slowdown, and we got that move to the downside. We got the impulse here. We didn't close below, but it doesn't matter. I said this on the 1 minute. And then we got that return, tapping into this order block actually. And then we got that continuation down. Bit slow around London Open, maybe inducing more buyers, and then the push down in here. Here we got some strong volatility. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, what is this? Damn. So yeah, that's that. Hope it's clear. Peace out.